Hi, I'm Hina. Today we are diving into time blocking along with ClickUp 4.0 Planner, the calendar and scheduling feature. But I'm not just showing you where the buttons are. I'm showing you how to actually use it with time blocking to plan productive weeks, because honestly, a fancy calendar means nothing if you're just filling it with busy work. By the end of this video, you'll know how to set up time blocking and add the tasks in ClickUp Planner and how to use it strategically. I will also show you how to set up recurrence on your regular time blocks with color coding using Google Calendar. Let's jump in. Open ClickUp 4.0 and find the planner in your global navigation. It's the calendar icon. On the top left, you can see priorities, then meet with. This is actually handy and shows you the calendar of all your teammates, so when you have to schedule a meeting, you can look for the available slots to avoid any conflicts. Then you can see tasks that are assigned to you, today, and overdue, and a backlog. This interface of tasks here lets you drag and drop tasks to your planner. The dates will adjust accordingly. On top right, you're looking at your week view. You can choose day 4 days of week, show or disable weekends. AI note taker that once connected with your calendar can join your meetings and take notes. You can see the recent meeting notes here. Connect the call providers and change the settings. In the settings, you can set up the calendar, personalize the message that appears when your note taker joins the meeting, and what content to generate for the meetings. Summary being default, recording, and transcript. Once AI note taker has recorded the meeting notes are generated in a document for which you will get an alert in your ClickUp inbox that the notes are ready. It will show you the document link. You can access it through Documents under Meeting Notes as well directly. The next tab on the right shows you the calendar accounts that are integrated with ClickUp Planner. From settings, you can adjust the appearance of your planner, like time block style, start week on. From accounts, you can connect new calendar or remove any existing when needed. Upcoming meeting, here is where you can see alert, how you want to be alerted for the meetings. Time blocking, you can see your task with due dates. You can also have a prefix added to your time blocking task as you prefer. Here you can set up your weekly schedule that will help AI to auto-schedule your task when requested, considering your working hours. Then it's AI note taker we just talked about. Now, before we start dragging tasks everywhere, let me explain how I approach time blocking. Time blocking means assigning specific time slots to specific tasks. It's different from a to-do list because you are committing to when you'll do something, not just what. Here's why this matters. I used to have a list of 20 tasks and wonder why I only finished 3. Turns out I was widely overestimating what I could do in a day. So time blocking forces you to be realistic. If your calendar is full, you know you can't take on more. So block deep work first when you're most focused, then meetings and collaboration, and always leave buffer time before blocks. Here's how time blocks look in Google Calendar. I have a morning routine, then I have some admin tasks where I sort out the emails as well, client focus work, lunch, meetings or calls, and then I have a wrap up. And I have left 30 minutes of 2 buffer times so that I can adjust any priorities. This type of routine helps in building habits. With recurring tasks having non-negotiables, we can ensure consistency and priority protection, and you know what are your daily deep work blocks. Let me now show you how to add a time block here in Google Calendar and how it will differ from ClickUp Planner. I want to add a block for my evening routine, so I clicked on a slot, provide title, provide time, and now I will set the recurrence because it is time blocking for more frequent set of activities. You can set up the days you want it to recur, and you can also specify if you want this event to end on a specific date. Choose your calendar if you have multiple calendars available in your Google Calendar, and whether you want this time to be free for meetings as well. And here is where you can choose the color you want this event to appear in. And once you're done, click on Save. The 2 things I have shown you here in Google Calendar, recurrence and coloring the blocks, is not an option in ClickUp Planner, but there is a workaround which I will show you in a few minutes. As my time blocking Google Calendar is integrated in ClickUp, let's see how it looks here. You can see the blocks with different colors and tasks appearing over them. So this is all coming from Google Calendar and shown up in the planner. You can see the calendars being integrated. Let's now look into the time blocks that are created using ClickUp Planner and not Google Calendar. You can notice here that the blocks have everything we need, except that there is no option yet to color code them differently, which is quite an appealing feature of Google Calendar to me, as it helps me identify different blocks. And the more important part is recurrence of the blocks. The recurring blocks that you see here, like focus work, admin, wrap up, are set through a workaround that I'm going to show you. However, if you already have your time block set up in Google Calendar and you have it integrated with ClickUp Planner already, you do not need to work on this workaround. This you should only approach if you want your time blocks to be set up in ClickUp and then show up in your calendars as well. For the workaround, it is important that you have your Google Calendar integrated. If not, you can go to the planner settings on the top right or apps from global navigation and choose Google Calendar. You should select connect an account and it will take you to the steps which you just need to allow and the connection will be made. It is a two-way sync. You can not only add events from Google Calendar to your planner, but also share tasks from Planner to Google Calendar. Let's now add an event or focus work in the planner. I'm going to add a block for YouTube content for my videos recording, editing, and scheduling. I provide a name. Now here I do not have any option to set it to recur every Tuesday, as this is what I need from this block. However, as the planner is integrated with Google Calendar, so all of my blocks which I'm creating here will show up in the Google Calendar as well. So instead of creating the repeated blocks manually, I will go to the Google Calendar and set the recurrence there. Here in Google Calendar, I will click on YouTube content created from the planner, edit it to recur every Tuesday with the date to stop if needed. Yeah. You can change the color here as well. I'm setting it to green and save. Now you see that this is appearing as green here. Let's go back to the planner. You will notice it has created an additional block for the first event. So I will delete the one created earlier. If I move to next week's, the recurring blocks are there in green color. Delete the additional block and you're all set. You can go to the Google Calendar and change colors of any existing blocks that are showing up from your planner and apply recurrence as they are needed. For recurring blocks, upon save, apply it to all events. The colors will not appear exactly as they are in Google, but still good visualization. Let's now add tasks. You can add tasks by dragging existing tasks. I have tasks in my task list. I can drag them directly onto my calendar. When I drop them on a time slot, it creates a time block. I can resize it as well by dragging the edges. You can also create tasks directly from the top navigation. Give it a name, set duration. You can also provide the priority, assign it, you can add time estimates, provide any tag and description. You can also link existing tasks or documents to a blog. Open a blog and click on Add Task. Select the task and save. This will appear as part of the blog and it will not show up as a layer above the blog. So you see it here. ClickUp has an AI feature that suggests optimal times for your tasks based on your schedule. Click the lightning icon to auto-schedule the task and it will do it for you in an optimal available slot. It's helpful when you're overwhelmed. So you can see here, this task is auto-scheduled by ClickUp's AI. You can also set your out-of-office hours. Give it a name and a time slot. You can adjust the timings and the dates later as well. Whatever you're setting up here will show up in your Google Calendar as well as it's integrated. The planner is useless if you don't review it. So make a habit of spending 5 to 10 minutes daily at the end of the day. Look at today. What did you complete? What rolled over? Adjust tomorrow's blocks based on reality. In ClickUp, you can drag incomplete tasks to tomorrow or reschedule them. Make a weekly habit of spending like 15 minutes on every Friday. You can switch to week view, scan the whole week. What patterns do you see? Are you overloading Mondays or underutilizing Thursdays? Plan next week's big blocks before the weekend. This review habit is what makes time blocking actually work. You learn, you adjust, you improve. So here's your action plan. Open ClickUp Planner and customize your view. List your top priorities for this week. Block time for them first before anything else fills your calendar. Set up one recurring habit task to start. Review your day tonight for 5 minutes. Start small. You don't need a perfect system on day one. Just block one important task for tomorrow and honor that time. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments what you're time blocking first. And if you want more ClickUp tutorials like this, subscribe so you don't miss them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.